So it's no surprise to hear that Ubisoft, the well-known games publishing and developing company that has brought us hits such as the Assassin's Creed series, Far Cry, and all the Tom Clancy games that are out there, hasn't exactly been having the best years when it's been coming to their game sales. To be quite honest, I feel like the last real hit that they had was technically Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and even then the game wasn't very well received, and from what I understood, still didn't sell like hotcakes. So for a while, a lot of people in the industry have been wondering what was gonna happen to Ubisoft as a company, because for those who don't know, Ubisoft is still owned by its founding family, the Guillemot family, who for the most part people have been feeling like there's a very strong chance that they might get pushed out or bought out at some point if something doesn't change for the company. Now recently they did release Assassin's Creed Shadows, which currently seems to at least be well received with most people in the community, even though apparently the game is still, once again, not really selling like hotcakes, but at the very least it seems like it's not a failure right now. But the reason for today's video is the fact that Ubisoft actually dropped a major announcement today, and that's the fact that they are launching a subsidiary company that is in partnership with Tencent. Now the headlines for the article pretty much say that Ubisoft reaches deal with Tencent to create a $4.3 billion mini Ubisoft subsidiary. I'm sorry, hold on. $4.3 billion next to the word mini doesn't add up to me, but I digress. To spearhead development on new Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Rainbow Six games. Now what this means is that by Ubisoft creating this subsidiary company that is basically 70% owned by them and 25% owned by Tencent, they still have majority control over some of their IPs, because this company is going to be responsible for all the future Assassin's Creed games, the Far Cry series, and the Rainbow Six ones, which are pretty much their main money makers when it comes to the franchises that they own. Because with the main Ubisoft parent company, Tencent already owns about 10% stake within that company, but there are also a lot of other entities who also own their own fair share of stakes within Ubisoft. So because of that, the Guillemot family has been slowly losing their majority hold on the parent company. So by doing this, it kind of helps them still maintain some level of control over the IPs that they see as their most valuable. Now, as it currently stands, Ubisoft has said that they're pretty much going to maintain the same development team that they've had across all these different studios that manage the games, but there's always a chance that things might still change. And at the very least for now, we can pretty much say that this shouldn't really affect any projects that are already in the pipeline, and depending on how they end up choosing to manage a subsidiary, things might just not change, period. But we'll just have to see how things end up progressing with this, especially with the fact that Tencent now has a 25% stake on the company that basically owns the Assassin's Creed series, Far Cry series, and the Rainbow Six series. Because if for any reason Tencent ends up continuously increasing their stake, all they need is another 25%, and at that point they basically own half of that company. But I'd love to hear from y'all. I kind of feel like this might actually be a plan for Ubisoft to secretly sell off their IPs to Tencent without potentially getting in trouble from the parent company.